Tell us about the buying process that you experienced, how you experienced it.
That was really stressful, actually. I was I was working and I was at uni, so I kind of really didn't have a lot of time to go out. So I would actually, my mom, like our realtor was a family friend at that time, and I would kind of tell him like, "Hey, take my mom. Like, they'll go look at houses." Somehow, my mom ends up in Brantford. So we're in Brampton right now, and renting in Brampton, and she's just one day goes to Brantford with the realtor. I get a call. I'm at the dealership, and she's like, "We have to come. You have to come see this house." So we had everything kind of lined up, but like I was still in the qualification part of things. So like I didn't even know I didn't even know what a pre-approval was. Like I was just told like, okay, go look at houses. So whatever, she likes the house, and my realtor is saying, put in an offer, put in an offer. The biggest mistake that I made at that time was not really, and it's really funny because as a finance manager at that time, the first thing I should have thought about was the finance, but I got so excited to look for the house. So, like
Which is normal. It's an emotional
yeah.
experience.
So we actually ended up we wanted to put an offer in on the house, but one of my friends, I'm surprised that I actually gave him a call. I was like, "Hey, listen, like I'm like my mom really likes this house. The price is really good. I'd rather have a lower mortgage payment, pay more in my car expenses to commute, and
Yeah.
like that's just easier for me." And he's like, "Yeah, do it." But he's like, "Did you get a pre-approval?" I was like, "What's that?" I had no idea. Like, like when I work with like structuring deals for cars and stuff, like we don't we just
There's no
yeah, there's
pre-approval
no
process.
pre-approval. We just kind of like, is your credit good, not good, just submit it. Declined, then if it's declined, take it to another bank. Like it was just
Yeah.
like that's just how it was. So I had no idea like there was anything to do with qualifications and whatnot. So then my realtor connected me with a mortgage agent. And when I tell you guys, like being a mortgage agent now, and like I'm like hand holding like all our first time home buyers because of what I went through, my mortgage agent literally said, "Gorgeous, what's your income? What's your credit?" That's all he asked me.
He didn't collecting income
No,
docs or pull the credit bureau.
nothing.
Just the hypothetical
Nothing. He just
conversation.
asked me these. He didn't even have a conversation with me. He just asked me these two questions. He's like, "All right, give me a day. I'll call you back."
Okay.
So here I am, like, I'm like, okay, well, we want to put in an offer on this house, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to secure financing. I was so young at that time too, and I was also I was new to the deal. Like I just transitioned into my like the financing role, so just at that time I was really confused. I'm like, will I even qualify? I had no idea what a private mortgage was. I had no idea what like a conventional mortgage. Like I had no idea what it was, right? And he calls me the next day. He's like, okay, can you send me your driver's license and can you send me one pay stub?
Okay.
So I send that to him. And he's like, I sent him the property we were looking at, and he's like, "Yeah, you can buy it." That's all he said to me. So call my realtor. Here, me being me, I have a very this is one thing I changed now, but I used to trust everybody blindly. So he told me this, and I was like, "All right, sick, get to buy the house." I was super happy. Call my mom, I'm like, "All right, the mortgage guy said we're good."
Okay.
So here we are. I call my realtor. I'm like, "Okay, put in an offer." He's asking me, is like, what am I putting in the offer at? And I'm like, wait, like, you're asking me, like, I don't really know like how this works. I didn't know there was like negotiations. Like, I had
Right.
no, I was so new to this. When my parents, like, when we had our house, then like, we were with my grandparents. So my grandparents bought the house. I was so young, like, I didn't really know any of this, what the mortgages, how all this works. So call him, and he's like, okay, well, we're gonna put in an offer, and I'm like, okay. He's like, "What should I put it at?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like, like
So did he advise you at that point
yeah,
or
like
what?
he kind of he's like, "Okay, we're gonna put it in at this." I was like, "Okay, that's what it's listed at." And then he put it in at put it in a little bit lower actually.
Okay.
That's when he did educate me because one of my friends was like, "Which I was like, don't go blindly into something." He's like, "You need to know what you're going into." So he put in the offer. The offer got accepted. The
Now you have
offer
to get the
got
financing.
Yeah, so we gave I didn't even know about like I wasn't even
Was there
informed about the deposit. Like we had to put a deposit.
wow.
Like I had no idea what was
So you have to
going on.
scramble. Was there a condition of financing clause?
No.
Oh my goodness.
It was a
It was a firm.
firm deal. And I didn't even know that was like available
Okay.
because when I called the realtor, I just said to him, I got approved. Like the guy
But
said I can get the house. Like,
he didn't give you any pre-approval document,
no,
nothing like that.
nothing.
Okay.
And whatever, I find out that the house is now like it's ours. Like, okay, and I got to give the deposit. And I'm like, okay, well, you didn't really tell me, because then I had to move money around. Like I wasn't
Right.
ready to
Right.
like I was ready, but like I had to do a bunch of things in order for me to give the
You have to
deposit.
stop what you're doing for the next 2 days and get that deposit check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I
I
get that.
think I stopped a whole week, to be honest.
That's fair.
But so yeah, we put in the offer, everything's good, and I'm like, okay, this is my mortgage agent, the realtor and the mortgage agent were talking. When my mortgage agent asked me for a few other docs, and then I did not hear from him for 3 weeks.
How'd you come across this mortgage agent? Someone
My
recommended him?
realtor referred
Okay.
referred me to him. And, you know, like me and my mom both went to his office, and after we did the firm deal, and I did not hear from him.
Wow.
Our closing was so we bought in we bought in February. Our closing was in April.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. That's
End of
normal.
February, closing was beginning of April.
So you gave yourself basically a month, just over a month.
I did, like they said, it's like you got approved, you should be fine. So,
Wow.
and also like our rent situation then was like I gave the notice to them, and I was like, well, like we don't want to renew for the next year. So like I was just kind of
Okay.
timelining everything. And I could, I was so nervous. Like I'm like, something's just sus, like something's wrong. Like I don't know what's going on. I used to blow up his phone. So like when clients
I
are
don't blame you.
like, I was really like,
Wow.
I was concerned, right? And then there was a lot of money that had to be moved. And then it was literally 2 weeks before closing, and he said, well, this money has to be in this account for this many days. And I'm like, well, we only have 2 weeks left. Like you should have told me this the day I closed. So it was a lot of back and forth. That's when I started to realize that there is a major disconnect with what I guess I was dealing with at that time. And I couldn't even imagine like what other people were going through at that time too. But I mean, at that specific moment, I was like, I don't think we're going to be able to close. ChatGPT did not exist then, so I was literally
And you didn't know ChatGPT Steve at that point.
I didn't know exactly. So I would go to school. Like we're closing in April. That's like exam time. So
Oh my goodness, that's a perfect storm.
I was literally like studying for my final exams. And you know what's really funny? I was studying psychology. So like going through this situation, I'm like, something's even more wrong. Like the way this guy's acting. So it's like overanalyzing every situation that I could possibly do.
Wow.
And
sounds stressful.
It was so stressful. And then a week before our closing, I get a call from him. Like, I don't know anything about mortgages. I'm trusting this guy, holding in all my emotions, because if I tell my mom something, I know she's going to stress out even more. The whole family's going to create a whole, it's just going to be a whole topic where it's going to stress me out even more.
And that's not going to help.
And I'm going to stress everybody else out because I put all this money on the line. And a week before, I get a call and he's like, okay, you guys are approved with Scotiabank. I'm sending you the docs.
Okay, that's good.
And I'm like, okay. No sign-up call, nothing. At this point, like I open the documents, see my name, see a rate, and I see what the mortgage amount is, the closing date. For mortgage purposes, a week prior to actually before we got the docs, he actually called saying we need to put your mom on the mortgage. So I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, like
you weren't approved when he said you were.
Yeah, so
you can't off of just one pay stub. He wasn't doing his job.
So I don't I didn't know what was going on, and it was a lot at that time. And when I got those documents, I was like, it was a little sense of relief, but I just didn't know what would happen next. But then the only hope I had was like, all right, documents being generated is a good thing, because at the dealership world, when the lender releases the documents, the car's ready to be delivered, and then you send it. So I'm like, all right, same process. This is what I think it's going to be. Sign the docs, no sign-up call. All I saw was the monthly payment. I saw the rate, and I'm like, all right, this seems decent. I can afford the payment, whatever. I signed it. So closing day is that same week, and I am literally, movers are booked. Everything is booked. My friends are ready to all right, let's go. And this guy is nowhere to be found. Like, my mortgage agent is nowhere to be found. Like, we don't know what's happening. Like, the lawyer has no idea what's happening.
The lawyer doesn't even know? Didn't get instructed yet?
The lawyers did get, I did sign with the lawyers, but apparently something happened the day of, I still till this day don't know what happened, but we didn't get the keys to our house till 7:00 at night that day that we were, the day we were.
And no one was in communication with you to explain what's going on, to
The mortgage
to let you know
agent
what
was
happened?
communicating with the lawyer, but was not communicating with me. So
Wow.
I was a very hot-headed person at that time.
I think that situation would turn the calmest person into someone hot-headed.
And I literally like go to this guy's office and he's not there. So I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I feel like I just got scammed. And I'm like, I just like
Scary.
thinking all these things. And, you know, and I did pay this guy too as well. Like I've paid him up front, and I've like, and at that time I also didn't realize what I was paying for. Like I was just so confused. Like the process was just a whole mess. But the day we got our keys, that like my whole life was just kind of like relieved. But anything after that, like that guy was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
Like I still till this day don't know where he is. Did not like, like I get it, you ghosted me. I don't know, something happened, but at least say, hey, congratulations, you got your
Yeah.
keys, like
Yeah.
whatever. It's at least say
Sorry for
that.
the hassle.
Nothing, none of that. And
Wow.
like I did actually refer, as that process was happening, when he told me it got approved, I actually did refer him a few people as well, saying like this guy, like literally one conversation told me I can go buy a house. Like, and I'm like friends with all my uni girls, and I'm like, guys, like if you're looking to buy a house, like this guy got me approved. Like just go and talk to him. I felt really bad after, but I mean, it was a lot. And I feel like if like growing up, like in school, they don't teach us these things.
Nope.
They don't
Sadly.
they don't
They
teach us
really should.
anything. And I feel like if I knew what to do with my money when I started working when I was 16, I probably would have been in a better position. And all my money, I would make money instead of my checkings account. I have no idea what else to do with it, right? So I realized that there was a major disconnect, because nobody, when we go to university, it's like the transition from to middle school to grade 9 again. So going to university, it's like same thing, grade 9 again. So then I felt like this is the same exact thing. Like every situation is teaching you different things. And that's when I realized, I'm like, kids my age at that time have no idea. Like if they wanted to buy, like we all hear buy a house, but nobody knows how to buy a house, yet alone no one even knows no one even knows what taxes are at this point. Like we're all just kind of all over the place. But that's how I got
Sounds
my
like a
first
nightmarish
house.
experience. Luckily, it went through at the
Yeah.
11th hour, but taught you a lot. And I guess from that, is that what kind of made you think, hey, I could do better than this broker did, and start exploring entering the mortgage space?